Hi, I'm Christopher Walker, here with Closely Observed English. Thank you for joining me today. I have a question for you. Are you an autodidact? What does this word mean? Well, let's break it down a little, shall we? When we put auto at the beginning of a word, it means that it does it itself. So, for example, if something does something without needing to be controlled, we can call it automatic. Cars that don't need horses to pull them would be called automobiles. So this auto has this idea of you do it yourself. And didact is connected with learning. So if you're an autodidact, you're somebody who can learn by themselves. And all good learners are autodidacts. I've written a couple of books for teachers of English as a foreign language. As you can see here, I have a book about preparing students for different levels of Cambridge exam, and I also have a book called 66 Little Lessons that is full of ideas for teachers who want to be able to make really interesting lessons quickly, ready to go. Well, recently I turned my attention to writing a book for you, the autodidacts, and that's what this PDF is all about. This PDF is 66 lessons for autodidacts. So let me tell you a bit more about it. So at the moment, this book is available just as a PDF download, but I will be making a version to go on Amazon pretty soon. It's going to be a smaller book than the others because these things are not cheap to print. They're full of colourful pictures and the costs begin to add up a little bit. So let's take a look. What is a lesson for an autodidact? Well, this is a book really designed for students at B2, C1 and C2 levels. So when you start learning, you come in and we have the contents page first. And then it basically opens by telling you what an autodidact and how to use this book. So it talks about how to keep your own dictionary, because you're going to learn a lot of vocabulary when you go through this book. This is not a grammar book, this is a vocabulary book. I think that when you're learning by yourself, learning a lot of vocabulary is the most important thing to do. So it talks about the different kind of writing types that you might find in English. And the idea is that when you do this book, you're going to write a lot. You're going to keep personal dictionary of the book, of the words that you like in the book. And you're also going to do lots of writing practice. Now you might start thinking, why would I do writing practice if I don't have a teacher? I'm an autodidact. Well, experience is a great teacher, and you'll be amazed at the difference it makes if you just have the experience of writing a lot. When you start going back through your older writings, you'll start thinking, oh wow, I could really do it much better now. So here are the lessons. Let me give you an example. So the first page starts with a nice big picture at the top, and here we've got a couple of discussion questions for you to think about. You can write your answers down, you could record yourself saying them. If you have a YouTube channel of your own, record yourself saying these and send me a link. I'd be happy to share that link through my Facebook page with other people if you're hoping to build your subscriber counts or something. Then here are the discussion questions just there, and then we've also got some kind of language that you can use to talk about these questions. The parts in bold are like the Lego of language. You can kind of break them apart, use them in other contexts. It's really useful. But then we get to the bulk of the work for the unit, for this little lesson. So here we're looking at the word read, and we've got the etymology. Did you know that riddle, which is like a word game or trick, like the Riddler in the Batman series, did you know that riddle is connected to the word read? It comes from the same etymology. Now, etymology tells us where our words come from, which language they come from, when in history they moved across. And by looking at etymology, you'll really find that you start to take in language much better and you can recall it much better. So we've got some etymology on this side, and then on this side we've got some word building. So we build words from read. And then at the bottom of the page we've got another writing task, something for your notebook. So then we go through the lessons like this. different topics, different things to explore. Lots of vocabulary. You need to prioritize which words you like the most, which ones you want to use. And then when we get to the end of every 6 units, so here we come to number 6. So we have our nice big picture and we've got our vocabulary. We come to a review. So this is word formation, just like you'd get in any of the Cambridge main suite of exams. So all of the words that you find down just here, they will link back to something in the relevant unit from units 1 to 6, and you just have to think how to change the word to fit the gap. The answers, of course, are in the back of the book. I'm not going to expect people to be writing to me all the time asking, what's the answer to number 5 for this test, Chris? And then after that, we've got a little fun exercise for you. For this one, have a look at units 1 to 6 and choose your 3 favourite words. Write about them here or in your notebook. So every 6 units, you'll get those 2 things. You'll get that word formation exercise and you'll get a fun kind of diary thing to do here. Something a bit more creative, maybe with some drawing, something like that. So that's the PDF then, that's the book, 66 Lessons for Autodidacts. Now a couple of my students have already started working through this book and the feedback I've been getting so far has been really positive. There's a lot of language here, lots and lots of words, and I think really that is English for you. The English grammar that you see in the schools and in school books, I mean, you have to learn it. It's important to know English grammar, but it can only get you so far. One of the biggest problems in learning English is just the vocabulary. There's so much, and you need to have the right approach to learn it. Now, hopefully this book will help you with that. Hopefully when you work through this book, you'll learn a lot of vocabulary, and because it's all connected to the etymology and where these words come from, hopefully you'll find that you learn it really efficiently and effectively. So have a look at our website, closellyobserved.com. Go to the shop and you'll find a copy waiting for you there. And if you use the coupon code YouTube, you can get yourself a 10% discount. You can make your payment through PayPal and download straight from the page, or use credit cards via PayPal if you don't have an account there. If you have any problems with anything, or if you have any questions about this book, please get in touch. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So, to all the autodidacts out there, thank you very much for watching today. All the best. Thanks. Bye.